The soldier boy was sitting calmly underneath that tree. As I approached it, I could see him beckoning to me. The battle had been long and hard and lasted through the night, and scores of figures on the ground lay still by morning's light. "I wonder if you'd help me, sir." He smiled as the best he could. A sip of water on his morn would surely do me good. We fought all day and fought all night with scarcely any rest. A sip of water, for I have a small pain in my chest. As I looked at him, I could see the large stain on his shirt, all reddish brown from his warm blood, mixed it with Asian dirt. "Not much," said he. "I count myself more lucky than the rest. They're all gone while I just have a small pain in my chest." "Must be fatigue," he weakly smiled. "I must be getting old. I see the sun is shining bright, and yet I'm feeling cold." We climbed the hill 200 strong, but as we cleared the crest, the night exploded and I felt this small pain in my chest. I looked around to get some aid. The only things I found were big, deep craters in the earth, bodies on the ground. I kept on firing at them, sir. I tried to do my best, but finally sat down with this small pain in my chest. "I'm grateful, sir," he whispered as I handed my canteen, and smiled a smile that was, I think, the brightest that I've seen. Seems silly that a man my size, so full of vim and zest, could find himself defeated by a small pain in his chest. What would my wife be thinking of her man so strong and grown, if she could see me sitting here, too weak to stand alone? Could my mother have imagined, as she held me to her breast, that I'd be sitting here one day with this pain in my chest? "Can it be getting dark so soon?" He winced up at the sun. "It's growing dim, and I thought the day had just begun. I think before I travel on, I'll get a little rest." And quietly, the boy died from that small pain in his chest. I don't recall what happened then. I think I must have cried. I put my arms around him and I pulled him to my side. And as I held him to me, I could feel our wounds were pressed, the large one in my heart against the small one in his chest.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
Since the partition of India and Pakistan in the year 1947, there has been a continuous tension both in terms of military and socio-economy among the two nations. This continuous tension led to Indo-Pakistan War in 1971. India won the war, but the tensions didn't reduce. With India securing its hold as a nuclear nation on 18th May 1974, a belligerent atmosphere developed between the two nations. Finally, in 21st February 1999, with the aim of reaching a peaceful and bilateral solution to the Kashmir conflict, both the countries signed the Lahore Declaration. But just after 3 months, there was a major change in the military actions by Pakistan. Pakistan began to train and send their paramilitary forces to Indian side line of control under the disguise of Mujahideen. When confronted, Pakistan Army declined all such allegations. As India began to investigate the issue, Pakistan showed its true colors. The aim of the Pakistani incursion was to sever the link between Kashmir and Ladakh and cause Indian forces to withdraw from the Siachen Glacier, thus forcing India to negotiate a settlement of the Kashmir dispute. Pakistan also believed that any tension in this region would internationalize the Kashmir issue, helping it to secure a speedy resolution. On 5th May 1999, Indian Army sent various forces to thoroughly investigate the hills and bunkers in the Kashmir Valley. The army found that all the abandoned Indian Army bunkers in an area of more than 10 km from the line of control were occupied by the supposedly armed non-Pakistan forces. On seeing the Indian Army investigating the bunkers, the disguised Pakistan Army launched cannon fire on the Indian bases. The ammunition dump in Kargil was destroyed. In response to the infiltrations by Pakistani forces in Kaskar, Dras and Musko sectors, Indian Army launched more troops from Kashmir Valley to Kargil sector. IAF launched airstrikes against infiltrators. On 27th May, 2 IAF aircraft MiG-21 and MiG-27 were shot down by an Anza Mk-2 of Pakistan Army Air Defence Corps, and Field Lieutenant Kambampati Nochiketa was taken as prisoner of war. On June 6, 1999, India launched a major offensive attack in Kargil against the Pakistani troops after releasing documents recovered from 3 Pakistani soldiers indicating Pakistan's involvement. By June 11, it was proven internationally that Pakistan was indeed involved directly in the Kargil conflict. The government of India responded with Operation Vijay, mobilizing 200,000 Indian troops. This massive response from India led US President Bill Clinton through a telephonic conversation to force Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif to pull out from Kargil. On July 1999, Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee declared Operation Vijay a success. Government set conditions for talks with Pakistan. Finally, the war came to an end officially on 26th July 1999, thus marking it as Kargil Vijay Diwas. Indian Army announced complete eviction of Pakistani intruders on this day.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।